G'day everyone, it's Adrian Schlemmer here from Sharpline scissors. I'm also Yamazaki shears in Japan these days, finishing my own scissors here in Kawagawa, and I also run scissorworld.com.au. I've been in the business 32 years. I've been spending most of that time as a scissor maker and a scissor designer, so by any means I am an expert. Today I want to tell you all about hollow grinds and the difference between handmade and precision made. There's two scissors here. One of them's handmade, hand ground, and one of them is precision made. And that's not ground by hand, but that's ground by a very expensive machine called a 3-axis C.N.C diamond grinder. And that's many hundreds of thousands of dollars for that machine. Now, what's the difference? Well, as the name suggests, hand ground scissors, handmade scissors, are made by a guy who may be very skilled or not so skilled, grinding away on a grinding wheel or belt sander, and they grind the inside of the scissor usually on grinding wheels and the outside of the scissor with a belt sander. Now, this other scissor here is what we call precision ground, and that means that the hollow grinds, and in this case the scissors convex grinds as well, are all done with expensive CNC computer numerically controlled machines. And that's the big difference. The big difference is accuracy and precision of the grind. It also means we can improve the quality of the cut and the quality of the engineering massively by using computer numerically controlled machines, and every single one is perfect and identical. So let's have a look at it a little bit more in depth. This area of the scissor I'm pointing at is called the alignment face, and on the side of the alignment face, both sides, we call these the alignment rails. Now this area of the scissor on the inside of your scissor is designed to line the edges up so that they're completely straight to each other and cut well, and it's also designed to put slight pressure on the edge of the scissor so that it cuts without you having to use hand pressure. And this is the main part of the scissor that wears over time. You'll see they look quite different. I'm going to show you this one a little bit this way as well so you can have a look at it and move it a bit. This scissor has a machined alignment face and machined alignment rails and a machined hollow grind, and this one is the hand one. Now there's design differences between these two scissors as well, but what I'm mainly concerned about is why is it that some scissors, more modern ones these days particularly, are very expensive and some are not so expensive, quite cheap. Well, this is the main difference. Hand ground scissors takes a guy like 2 or 3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes max, to do the main grinding on that scissor, and he can do that all day. It's a very boring and monotonous job. Who wants to do it? So we find it's pretty difficult to get people that are skilled to stay in that job. Now this particular scissor here is done with two different machines. It's a concave grinder and a convex grinder, barrel grinder, and the machining time on that scissor is about 50 minutes, so plus the setup and putting in the next one and so on. So there's quite a big difference in labor, and these two scissors, the price may fool you because the precision ground scissor is actually cheaper and the hand ground scissor is a lot more expensive. And a lot of hand grind scissors are actually quite cheap, but in Japan about half of the scissors are still done by hand, and luckily for us, the Japanese mostly are highly skilled and will do a good job. whereas hand ground scissors that come from China or Pakistan, that's not the case. Hand ground scissors from those countries are basically not very well made at all and have all sorts of problems. I suggest you look at my page, scissorworld.com.au, read the article on how to identify high quality hairdressing scissors, and it'll have a lot more information about what's the difference between what you should be paying for good scissors and what makes them good, and what is the problems with cheap scissors and what makes them a terrible investment. Now, before I go, I'm going to quickly show you the brands. Don't get too surprised. There's number one, can we see that? Number one hand ground scissor, and Precision engineered number two scissor. There it is, beautiful SL from Sharpline. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you again another day. Don't forget to have a look at scissorworld.com.au, get educated about scissors. There's lots of information there. Have a great day.